Hi everyone. Good morning and thanks for joining. Yesterday, one of the candidate was attended with 10 plus years of experience into cloud security architect. In that particular interview, what are the questions they asked? I'll explain now. First and foremost, explain about roles and responsibilities along with your education and also your personal background of family members. Second question, it is belongs to do you have any cloud certifications or not? If you have any cloud certifications, what are the cloud certifications you have done? Next question, what are the cloud projects you have completed or you worked on? So that means you have to explain about what are projects you worked on. Next one is explain about what are the cloud security assessment you will complete. But whenever any application is migrating from on-premise to the cloud environment, maybe directly if you are hosting any application in the cloud environment, types of security assessment you will take care in the cloud environment. So that is the interview question basically. Next one is explain about cloud security best practices. If you want to implement any cloud security best practices as per cloud security alliances, we have to follow approximate 17 cloud security best practices, starting with identity and access management, logging and monitoring, role-based access control, data at rest and data at transit level. In such a way, we have approximate 17 different types of security best practices are there. All those different types of security best practices we have to implement in the cloud environment. So that is about the next one. Next one is when the application is migrating from on-premise to cloud, how can you design? So this one, we have to provide the cloud security architecture diagram or cloud architect diagram. Once the application is hosting into the cloud environment, whenever any internal employee or maybe external public, they are trying to access the application. So in that scenario, how the traffic it will go as a inbound traffic and outbound traffic. According to that one, combination of both inbound traffic and outbound traffic. So we design the architecture diagram. If the internal employee or internal users, they are trying to access the cloud environment, we have to use the VPN connectivity along with the jump server access and also the so role-based access control based on the DevOps or TechOps or SecOps or maybe AWS administrator or machine learning or data science and so on. Whatever teams it is involved, part of the internal stakeholders. So that is internal employees or internal stakeholders. They are trying to access the applications are hosted in the cloud environment that may belongs to the cloud services providers, cloud services as well. In the similar way, if the public they are trying to access the water applications are hosting the cloud environment, how the traffic flow it will go from outbound to inbound. So these two combinations we have to keep in mind, and according to that one, we can go and we can provide the cloud security architecture diagram. Okay. Next one, when the application is hosting, this one is completed. When the application is hosting cloud, what security assessment you will do on the application side? In the application side also, we have to take care of the assessment. When the application is hosting, we have to follow WASP top 10. In that one, we have to provide the authentication authorization. Whatever security best practices provided by WASP top 10, according to that one, we can go and we can implement the security assessment, input validation, and also content security policy, parameters, queries implementation, web application firewalls implementation, PLC life cycle starting with requirement phase, design phase, development phase, testing phase. Everything we have to implement. These are things I will take care of the respective security assessment. That is the way how you can give the answer for this one. So do you know, do you have knowledge on the pen test or not? So we have to provide the pen test combination of both manual and also automated way. Explain about DevSecOps model. It's combination of the DevOps plus maybe Azure DevOps or Amazon DevOps, whatever we are using. So development plus operational, and in case if we are releasing the our feature is going to release in the similar way, security operations using the SIEM tools monitoring using 24/7 site. Explain about Splunk architecture backend process. Nothing but or Splunk components, starting with the Splunk forwarders and data processor, data indexers, or search forwarders and search indexers along with the search heads. Architecture diagram of both on-premise and cloud. So network architecture diagram we have to provide in the on-premise environment, in the similar way cloud environment as well. What are the different types of compliances you work done? So in this one, you can give the answer like ISO 27001, GDPR, PCI DSS, or maybe SOX compliances, SOC 1, SOC 2, FedRAMP. There are so many compliances are available. Whatever you are confident on that one, at least you can explain about two complaints. That is sufficient. Explain 27000 PCI DSS. As I said, if the application hosted logs are not able to integrate to SIEM tool, how can you analyze in the logs contains any confidential data? What migration are considered to maintain the confidential data in the logs? So this is basically, it's a little bit complicated question. This is called as data anonymization, because whatever username and password or mobile number or debit card or credit card, wherever PA data it is located. So cybersecurity SOC operations, whenever they are doing the log analysis, so obviously they can see the confidential data. If they don't want to do the confidential of the logs, whatever doing they are doing log analysis, we have to mask that logs wherever confidence is required. For example, whenever we are entering the password, we can say masking, right? Same as it is, wherever confidential data is required related to PIA data and PH data. So that entire process is called as a data anonymization or log anonymization. For that one, we have to use proper tools as well. And also, second question is, if the logs are integrated to SIEM tool, how can you analyze the logs? So nothing but how can you drop logs? So that logs are not able to integrating. So we have to do the configuration analysis, we have to do the debug analysis, and we have to do the test route, and finally we have to fix the problem. Even still we are facing the issues, then we have to contact with the vendor. So this is one of the multinational company for one of the X bank as a client. So these are all the questions they asked. So for this one, approximate experience, they are looking for 15 years experience in security and also cloud security. Thank you so very much for watching the video. If you have any doubts or any queries, just you can put in the comment section of the YouTube.